Hi everybody and welcome to Only Cool Stuff. My name is Zahir and this channel is all about our high street toy and pop culture collectible store on Garstang High Street, as well as our exploits reselling used goods on eBay. Like a lot of you guys out there, I wake up every Saturday and Sunday at around 4 or 5 in the morning and make my way down to an often cold and damp wet field, hoping to find some bargains to resell either in my shop or on our website or on eBay. It's definitely something that I love to do. Beck and I enjoy the time in the morning. It's a nice stroll out, but it's also a very important part of our business. And we often go there looking for bread and butter items. So what I mean by that, things like these loose action figures, things that we're going to find on a regular basis that are suitable and are repeatable. So I love selling toys and action figures. It's one of the main things you will find on our website and obviously on our eBay store as well. However, every now and then you come across a haul that just does make you excited and just makes you realize that the deals can still be out there, even though it is very, very rare. Everything I'm about to show you I paid £25 for. So that's the N64 and two controllers, one of which is very yellowed. As you can see, that was at one point a grey controller. Now it almost looks like a golden one, but it's not. Then moving on, we have got Top Gear Rally on the, without the card insert, but the cartridge is there. We've got ISS 98, which I've got many happy memories playing. There's Ravenelli, there's Paul Ince. What a great cover. They don't make covers like that nowadays. And we've got WCW NWO Revenge, which was a really good wrestling game. I absolutely love THQ wrestling games on this console. Then moving over here, we have got Super Mario 64. This was the very first game I got with my N64 from BT's. I remember my dad taking me there and buying me the console and the game for doing well, I think, in my GCSE or something. I can't even remember what time, but I think I was about 15 or 16. Mario Kart 64, classic game as well. Then we get a little bit spicier. We've got Mario Party 2. This game is about a £40–50 game, which is nice. But over here, I couldn't believe what I had when I actually researched this. I've got a copy here of Mario Party 3 boxed. The last one of these boxed with manual sold for £300. I'm still in shock. I'm honestly still in a bit of shock after finding that, but I do believe that you can put yourself in those types of situations more often to give yourself a better chance of finding that stuff. I'm not saying you're going to. That's the first and probably the last copy of Mario Party 3 I'll ever find. I've been car booting as a business now for like 7 years as part of my business. And that's the first copy I found, and I've been going to car boots my whole life, and that's the first copy I've ever seen. If you go to a car boot regularly, no doubt you will notice certain people always seeming to be that one step ahead of you, always seeming to be at stalls before you get to them, always seeming to find the items that you wish you'd found. And that's not coincidence, that's because they're really good at it. I know for a fact there's a couple of people at my car boot that I look up to and actually see as car boot gods, as it were. I often wonder, like, how are they always there? They're always like there, and how are they always just ahead? How are they always just that bit ahead? When it comes down to it, I really do think a lot of it is technique, experience, and I know that sounds really silly when we're talking about just buying stuff in a field, but the kind of car boot you visit, for example, can affect how you should approach it. So this car boot that I got this haul from is a free-for-all where the buyers and the sellers are allowed onto the field at the same time. Therefore, not everyone can be at every car at once. It adds a bit of fairness in my opinion, because not everyone can be at all the new cars as they're turning up at the same time. So it gives you a chance to be there as long as you're forward enough, determined enough to just be there as soon as someone starts to unload to find out what they have. And I know some people don't like that whole boot raiding mentality, but at the end of the day, if you want good quality stock for your online store, you've got to do what works. Now, the other side is there are car boots where you're going to have the sellers being allowed to set their pictures up before the buyers are allowed in. Now, whilst that's great for the sellers, it's not so great if you're a paying customer waiting to get into the car boot, because oftentimes what's going to happen is a lot of sellers will buy from each other before, and they'll buy all the stuff from the car booth that is like the really good stuff before you even gotten a chance to walk around. So the best stuff's already been picked, and then you're either going to be buying it off someone that's bought it off someone else already at a higher price than you would have gotten it at, or you're just not going to see it because that good stuff obviously is going to end up online, and you're just going to see what people want to sell there. So those are the two types of car boots in my opinion, and honestly I prefer the free-for-all because I think it's fair. I think it's just the most fair. If you're able to, you're being on the field at the same time as the sellers. Yes, it can be a bit like, I don't know how to explain it really. It can be hectic, I suppose is the word, but you have to accept there's going to be a level of competition when you're trying to find the really good stuff. And I'm speaking from my experience. The really good stuff I found has often been straight from someone's car boot into my hands or into the bag. So that's often going to be the case where you're going to be straight in there and it's coming literally straight out from the car into the bag. Now I'm talking about things like the kind of really good stuff that you're after, like super high value stuff. It's not going to make it to the table a 99% of occasions. That N64 bundle would never have made it onto a table. It was either going to be me there as it was coming out of the boot, or it was going to be one of the other car boot resellers that was going to get it. So you have to bear that in mind, I suppose. That's not to say you're going to end up finding these amazing things. Like I said, I'm making this video partly because how often do I find this? Not very often. I'm excited. I want to share with you. Not often you buy or find like a £300 video game at a car boot. Not very often at all. So that's why I'm making this, that's why I'm so excited. But in terms of just generally being successful at the car boot, if you're someone that's going there and feeling like you're not finding the quality of item that you had hoped, or you see other people finding, there's probably a reason for it, and it probably requires you to just be there and be in like the thick of things, as cars are turning up. I hate to say it, but as cars are turning up. And also, if you're going to a car boot where that's not an option, maybe look for a car boot where it is an option. Change where you go. Anyway, I hope that this video was somewhat useful. If nothing else, it gave me a chance to show off the amazing find I got. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.